Welcome to Probate Weekly. I'm Bill Gross at Bill Gross Probate on social media. And we do this live, usually, every Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon on Thursdays. And then we live stream it on YouTube and then broadcast it later in the day under the social media. Because of Jewish holidays, I'm going to be off for a couple weeks. So I wanted to record one of these sessions that I get asked about a lot that's a little less interactive, more me talking, but it seems like we get more following, which is how to build your probate-related YouTube channel. And I think for a realtor or investor or attorney looking to build a business in the probate space, YouTube and social media video in particular offer great synergies to leverage the work you do into building a great business. I know that's what I did. So we're gonna get into that, but just before we get too far along, I wanna make sure we cover all the basics. If you're interested in this call, probateweekly.com is where you would find us, probateweekly.com, and you can go there and register just by putting in your email address, and you'll get invitations with a live Zoom call every week. Normally we have participation opportunities. You also can scroll down and sign up for your favorite format, audio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or see past episodes here at youtube.com. You also can continue the conversation at our Facebook group. Probate Weekly is the Facebook group. And I really encourage all of you to use this as a tool to post your probate-related content. Now, or trust administration. We don't want to have just general real estate listings and sales, but it's a good way for you to put your YouTube work in process, and then we can look at it and share it as a group. That's what I've done to help build my business, and I'll talk about that down the road. So that's Probate Weekly on Facebook, and probateweekly.com is where you would go. So let's talk a bit about why you would want to do this. Let me back up a little bit and talk about the story about my business. I am 65, and this is 2024. In 2019, I had to relaunch my business. I left coaching and recruiting. I didn't like it. I didn't like the owner I worked for previously. I had worked with another company, and they were going through some financial challenges. And I realized that I got into real estate to own my own business, not to work for the man, even though it was paid well. And so I decided I'll go back into sales. I knew as coaching agents, I could make more than them in production. And so I had to relaunch my business. But the key was, what was I going to do to generate business? When I was younger, I cold called 3 or 4 hours a day. But I've done that, and I kind of felt that burned out. But more importantly, it seemed like a never-ending hamster wheel for me. So I had to find something else different to do. I built a business based on going to court every day in LA County. Every morning from 7:45 to 10:45, I was there in court, prospecting, meeting families, meeting investors, meeting attorneys. And then COVID changed all that about a year into it. I had to relaunch everything. And I decided to relaunch it by building through social media, through video. Now, initially I did try Facebook, and it didn't work for me as well. I later shifted to YouTube, and that really blew things up for me. Along the way, one of the great coaches I worked with went to Florida to be with was Grant Cardone. And his book is 10X. If you want to increase your business, let's see if I could point, right there's a 10X, and the book's right behind it. Rather than trying to incrementally increase your business, think about, well, what could I do if I had 10 times my business? And I was doing a video a week at that time, and I realized, well, how would I do 10 a week? It seemed impossible. And I realized, no, if I asked the question, what would I have to do 10 a week? There were certain things that came clear. One was schedule regular, weekly, long form. And then from there, we could cut into pieces and post about 10 a week. And that's what we've done ever since. So I relaunched my business about 4.5 years ago in probate, specifically using social media. And I can say now, Google pays me more than I pay them. I can tell you that my business is all referral based. The only lead generation I do is outbound interviewing and videos, which then creates people coming into me with leads every day, both families, but more importantly, referral sources like attorneys and vendors. So I built that business, a fantastic business. I make a really good commission, more than I did at any time in my career. I have residual income. I'm with EXP. I have a downline of people. I have some other sources of residual income as a result of my probate business. So what I want to say is that people all the time tell me they saw my YouTube and reached out to me for various reasons. They saw my video or somebody passed it on to them, and they decided to reach out to me. And that's what I wanted to create, was a sense of expertise and authority. It is amazing how easy it is to create that sense of authority. We think that only people who have major television programs or movies can do that. I can tell you I've accomplished it. I have people who tell me they see my YouTube, or people I send it to who see it, who call me back and say, oh, I didn't realize you're a probate expert. So let's talk about number one, the uses of YouTube. And I say YouTube, I do mean generically using video. I think YouTube's the best channel for real estate agents, investors, and attorneys today. That may change. I like the longer form educational based content rather than personality. Maybe if I was a young girl with a cute body, I would dance in a bikini, but I really want I want leads that come to me assuming I'm an expert. I want attorneys to work with me, accepting me as a colleague rather than a subordinate. And that's why YouTube and particularly educational content provides those opportunities. So I want to talk about 4 uses of YouTube, the 4 different ways you would use your channel to build your business. Number 1 is lead generation, obviously. By putting content out there, people will see it. YouTube will find other people interested in your content for you. They end up becoming like your sales team because they want people on their channel watching things they want to watch. So if you create content people want to watch, YouTube will push it out. Now it takes time, and you have to start marketing to people who already know you to help YouTube understand who else might be looking for you. But basically it becomes a great lead generation tool. Also, the people that you contact to interview. The best way I found to build business with attorneys or referral sources is to interview them. They appreciate that I'm promoting their business. Also, by promoting their business, other people see that and assume that we're working together and take that as a testimonial. So YouTube or video is, I think, the best source, particularly educational and interactive with your client, is the best source of lead generation. And doing one-to-many, like in my case, my YouTube channel now, just YouTube, not counting Facebook or LinkedIn or TikTok or Instagram or anything else I do, Rumble, X, I'm getting about 21, 22 hours a day, 7 days a week of watch time of people watching my video. Now, I'm not working that many hours. I work 35 hours a week. But by doing a video, I can get 50 to 100 people to watch for 4 or 5 minutes. 5 minutes, 40 people, that's 200 minutes. That's 3 hours, perhaps, for a 10-minute video. This video I'll do today, it'll take me about an hour of preparation time and maybe a half hour, 45 minutes of recording and admin time. So I'll have 2 hours into it. But I'll get at least 20 to 40 hours of watch time as a result of that. So I have a 10-to-1, and that's my key number, 10-to-1 ratio of watch time to work time. Number 2, it demonstrates your expertise. Now, I say that, and a lot of you get scared and say, well, I'm not an expert in anything yet. You missed the point. If you saw the movie, and I really recommend it, Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio, where he impersonates a fraud artist. Among other things, he's a pilot, he cashes checks fraudulently. At one stage, he was in high school, but he passed himself off as a substitute teacher at a high school. And I saw him asked on Johnny Carson, back when that was a show, how did you pull that off? How did you pass off? You were in high school, you were the same age as the students. How did you pass yourself off? And he said, as long as I was 1 chapter ahead of the students, they accepted me as the teacher. And so that's why I encourage all of you as you build out your content. You learn something and then you share it. The thing you learn, most of your prospects don't know. And if you share it, they'll see you teaching them something. You're a step ahead of them. To them, you're the expert. And if you continue to learn and share, then you'll continually be in a position of being the expert to your population, whatever that is. So it is a great opportunity to demonstrate to your prospects, to audition for the job before there's even a job coming up, so that they'll think of you as the expert and call you when there's an issue regarding probate. Number 3, this is the ultimate lead follow-up tool. Why? Because you can talk to people all you want, but if they don't have a house to sell, they don't have a probate case in their hands, they can't refer you business. But if you have a book of content, and then your prospects going to YouTube to learn about probate, and they're already your friends, you're already connected, they're already subscribed to your channel, your video is more likely to pop up more quickly and remind them, oh yeah, Bill, he does probate. I should give him a call with this question rather than just some generic person. And so I have to tell you, the majority of my business has come from people I knew that I didn't know they did probate law. And they didn't know they did probate real estate. But along the way, we kind of bump into each other. And this is a way to do that as well. And 4th, I would say this is the ultimate referral power tool. Well, people ask me for referrals. Who do I know as an attorney in this area? Who do I know as a probate resource in that area? Rather than just send a name and number and email, which I do, I send a link to a video and I say, here's an interview I did with so-and-so. which establishes me as the expert to the person I'm referring out, as well as makes that referral tighter. I want my referral sources to get the business, not just to get a phone call or just to give out their name and number. I want them to actually get it. So again, to recap, there's 4 different reasons or uses, I would say, of YouTube. Number 1 is it's a lead generation tool. It's a one-to-many concept. Number 2 is it demonstrates your expertise to your database and how you can differentiate yourself. Number 3 is the ultimate lead follow-up system. People remember you long after or stumble across you when it comes time to refer you the business. And number 4 is it's a referral tool that you can send along with people ask you for referrals rather than just merely give out a name and a number. So those are the 4 uses. Now, let's talk about what's the process to set up your channel. And again, I use YouTube as my primary channel. It fits my format. I like long format, educational, and also when people Google search, YouTube, Google related, and it pushes my content into those searches more quickly. So let's talk about what's the process to actually do that. So we'll go through fundamentals. I'll put my notes up here on the screen as well as you can watch. One is create a YouTube account. If you have a Google account, you have one already. You'll notice if you just go to YouTube, you'll see on the top right corner your picture or your icon. You click on it and there'll be your YouTube channel there. So you have one if you have a Google account already. It's already there. And if you have your Google account loaded on your phone and you just add a video, it'll go into that account and you'll find it right there. Number 2 is, and so again, this is a technical part. I'm not going to get into that. Number 2 is define your niche. Think about what is it that you do specifically that somebody who has a problem will call. Now, personally, when I looked into probate, and I have a video, 11 ways to get listings. I have another one, 11 ways to get sales. I have another one, 11 ways, and just happens to hit the number 11 ways to make money in probate real estate. But what I want you to think about is it's a broad topic. Which one do you, is your area of expertise? I have a colleague who is an auctioneer, Mark, who that's his niche. He auctions and sells real estate. I have another one who does estate sales and cleanup, and that's their specialty as a realtor. Another one, the probate nurse, who works with families who have senior living situations and need referrals, and she has connections with nurses as well as a realtor. Mine is primarily the legal side. I know probate real estate sales in LA County that need court confirmation. And I know the ins and outs of the legal procedures, not the law, though I do know the law pretty well, but really the business side of that and the administrative side of that. That's my area of expertise. What's yours? And so what you want to do is pick the niche within probate that you're known for. Maybe it's your geography. Maybe it's a type of property. More commonly, it's you want to specialize in one of the problems that people in probate have, whether it be attorneys or families. Once you have that clear, and then you want to work on that and work on that and work on that. But when you find your voice, you'll find that that's your niche. Number 3, then make a plan. And a plan should include, I think, at least a weekly, what I would call kind of pillar or flagpole program that you have every week that you record something of value, ideally with somebody else. Because if you can do a long form, 15-minute, 30-minute, as I started, and it's grown now to almost an hour. What's nice is that long content gets a lot more views, and then more importantly, you have opportunities to clip that into multiple clips. So you can do one recording for an hour, but end up with the long form version for an hour and 2 or 3 or 4 clips that you can also post onto your YouTube channel to get additional views. So make a plan and then have a schedule to do that. Now, one thing I want to say in your plan is you want to create more content and spend less time on administrative. For example, I don't do thumbnails. I don't have a Canva account. For Fiverr, for $5, you can get somebody to do some thumbnails for you. Use a virtual assistant to create different things, copy different things. I want to do the interview, the content. I want to research the content, write it out, create it, and record it. I want to spend less time doing the administrative work. I know too many agents who spend too much time editing their videos. Don't edit it. Just shoot it, one take, go. If you don't like it, dump it, redo it. It's just not worth all the work that it takes to edit stuff and spend time and launch it. When I started, I would record it and launch it, record it and launch it. Once you have a portfolio, once you've done 100 or so videos, Then you can go back, you can change the titles, you can change the thumbnails, you can change the descriptions, you can change everything. You can move it into playlists and organize everything, but you can't do that without the content. So I tell people, for the first 100 recordings, just focus on making a recording, publish it, and do the next one as fast as you can. Number 5, get material done. There's a lot of advice on YouTube about keywords and hashtags, and just forget all that. There is no substitute for the content. If you're putting out what people want, they'll overlook all of that. Some of the best video channels I've seen violate every rule, but their content was so good, people watch it. And you can think of some examples of that. So don't worry about whether you have SEO, whether you have the hashtags. Focus on saying something in a video format or interviewing somebody who says something in a video format that other people want to watch. The whole key is create something that other people want to watch. If you do that, Google will find a way to get your video to the people who want to watch your content. So get material done. Ignore the common information. You don't need fancy thumbnails. Don't worry about the cost if that's slowing you down. You can always go back and create thumbnails. You can always go back and change titles and add all that stuff. Number 6, most important, this is what most people miss. Promote your channel. Promote your channel all the time. Now, I kind of cheat a little bit. I promote Probate weekly, and I use that as the pillar for all my other YouTube material. But I am at Bill Gross Probate on YouTube. And there is a way, there's a little cheat you might want to look up. It's on my channel as well, that you can change your link from the actual link to something equals sub1. And that way when people click on it, it prompts them to subscribe. That's kind of cute. But the most important thing is make sure that when you create content, you email a link to your database of the video on YouTube. I do this every week with my regular weekly real estate market update. I didn't start doing that, but I realized that the best way to promote my content was for me to promote it. And by far away, the number one way people get to my YouTube are people who know me, like me, are on my email database and get my email and just click on it. And they're people who expect it to come via email every Monday morning at 7 o'clock, for example, on my weekly update, or Probate Weekly as well. So you have to promote it. What does that mean? You have to email out to your database. You have to post the link in your YouTube or social media channel. There's a common fallacy you'll be told in Facebook or LinkedIn not to link off platform. If you're building a YouTube channel, that's obviously a mistake. More importantly, within Facebook groups, it doesn't matter. Once they're in the group, they're going to see chronologically your links. So you want to put your content there. But at the same time, I found that reposting the content in Facebook or LinkedIn, the content really gets lost there. It doesn't really get seen as much. If I can link it to YouTube, yes, less people see it in LinkedIn or in Facebook, but those that do can link over to the content on YouTube. So I say promote your channel every way you can. Promote it out, text, email to your clients and people who know you and like you. Number 7, keep producing content consistently. Really important. You just don't want to give up. You're going to be bad until you're good. Like anything else in life, you're going to be terrible. You're going to suck at it until you get good at it. I look at my first videos and I hate watching them. I hate watching them. People now say, wow, you're so good. How'd you do it? I didn't realize this. I've interviewed over 350 people in the last 4 years. That's all. After a while, you figure it out. You kind of create a list of questions. You create your own shortcut. You create your own process. But there's no shortcut to doing the work. And so I would say do it consistently. Do at least a video a week, long form. And then as things come up that you find interesting, share them with your database. Interest rates change, new changes in laws, tools to help your clients, tools to help your team. Record them, put them out there, and you'll find when you're interested in something, other people will find that interesting. Number 8 is weekly measure and analyze your performance. You want to measure and analyze your performance. Now there is, within YouTube, some great metrics I want to show you. Let's see here. This is, I lost my spot. Oops. Okay. So this is YouTube Studio. And it will show how many subscribers you have. And it will show your metrics, your watch time, the revenue you get per month, right? And all your content. And you can look at all your content, see how many views you have and what the numbers are. Now, it won't show certain things about other people's business. It will only show you their views and their subscribers, not the watch time. But you can kind of get an idea. And so you want to watch your numbers. What I do is every week, watch the difference. I have a spreadsheet and all those numbers going up, my views and subscribers and watch time. Which ones are working, which ones are not working. So you want to watch that data. I will share with you, I created my own spreadsheet of people I want to compare myself to. Now, some of these are the best realtors in the business, right? Ryan Serhant. And when you sort by views, he has 152 million views. And I'm down here at number 38 of those that I track at 462,000. But I'm right behind a couple of big names in my life, right? And I'm ahead of some other pretty big names in my business as well. And so I actually track, and people will reach out to me and say, hey, I can help you with your YouTube channel. I look at their YouTube channel and compare it to mine. One of the things I also do is I look at the increased views, because that will tell you, are they growing or are they declining? When I look at increased views, I'm number 28. And so I'm out of class. I'm beating the class when it comes to increased views. And same with increased subscribers. I'm number 28. So it tells me of the people I'm comparing myself to, I'm rising because I'm increasing faster than they are. And I also track people on my team as well to see how they're doing. One of the other metrics I check is views per subscriber, because to me that tells me all those people who subscribe to you, how many are really watching what you do. And here I have 121 views per subscriber. I rank number 20. So it tells me of the channels that I'm tracking, comparing myself to, the people who are watching mine enjoy it more than average by far. So you have to track those numbers. Now that's my credibility. I'm not charging you to do a YouTube channel. I'm going to offer you some free tools to help you build your business. But you've got to track your numbers regularly. Another couple of little tools I do is I created bit.ly links, bit.ly. It's a free service you can use to create like up to 10 links a month. And that way I can create playlists and link out the playlist to people when I want to send something out very easily. So bit.ly, in fact, I'll put that in the note there, is, oops, did that wrong. Real time here. We're not perfect. Another thing I do is I create a default YouTube description. That way I can just copy and paste this. Every time I do a YouTube, we just copy and paste this, and this has all my key links that I want people to pay attention to. And so that way I have to redo the description every time. I can just copy paste. And what I really do is have my virtual assistant, when we make these changes, go back and change them all. I'll just copy paste. I pay her $5 an hour, and she can do a couple hundred at a time. But you want to create your own default YouTube description. And I just copied somebody else's and then made the appropriate changes. You might want to do the same thing. Okay, I want to announce also two other tools. I should make this a little bigger so you guys can read it. Two tools that I want to make available to you guys to help you with your business. Number one, if you are in with any real estate company or an attorney and you're a member of Probate Weekly, watch for an announcement for a launch of a small group coaching with my YouTube channel manager, Jess. We're going to do a weekly 30-minute building your probate YouTube channel together. Why do I want to do this? I want to share content. I want to share ideas. I want to share best practices. I want to help you get better so that those of us that are working together dominate this market. So be a member of my Facebook group, which is Probate Weekly. And if you watch there, we'll have the details of the actual subscription. One thing we will offer is I just have a small group. I'm going to let Jess, I pay her per hour. She's my consultant on YouTube. I will pay for one channel checkup for free from somebody who's in the live small group coaching. So you have to pay for it, and you have to pay for a channel checkup. Now, if you want to do a channel checkup with her and you don't get the free one, you can offer to pay her, and I'll let you work that out with her. But I want to make this a group where we're all working together, using best practices and sharing them. Now, if you're on my team or you're with EXP, I have a separate small group coaching, 30 minutes a week inside our workplace. And again, there with Jess, and she will do, if you're my downline, she'll do a free channel checkup with you for free at my expense. It's her time, I'm paying for it. If you're with EXP and not in my downline, then you can talk to her about that. But if you come in the group, she'll look at your channel and make some suggestions with the group as long as you're comfortable. And that won't be published. That'll just be within the workplace for the people in that group. So those are two programs. And again, if you're with EXP, you want to go to the Probate Weekly group in Workplace. And if you're not with XP, go to the Facebook group Probate Weekly, and you'll have a chance to participate in these free opportunities where we're going to have and I just don't find any effective coaching for realtors that's free that I think is on point. I do see YouTube consultants and coaches teaching you how they want to coach you, but what I don't really find are practitioners like me sharing with you what's really working today for those whose primary goal is to get more listings. And that's really at the end of the day what our goal is, or as an attorney, to get more probate cases. So if I can help, we're going to wrap this up as a little shorter than usual. This Probate Weekly. Continue the conversation in the Facebook group, Probate Weekly, as well as sign up, probateweekly.com. You'll get the Zoom link to come in live and participate. What do you think of this? Was this helpful? Please put some comments down. I do these one-on-one videos once in a while, particularly when I'm going to be on vacation, more because they seem to get more attention and positive feedback even than the interviews. So let me know what you think. Was this helpful? And if you have a topic that you'd like me to do some content on for this call as well, please let me know. So again, Bill Gross, as always, make today your best day.